So in that sense, what have you seen as an observer of the Modi government's foreign policy? What do you think have been its major successes? Also the fact that Yuval Harari, when he talked to me after the attack last year in October, made the point that India can speak to countries like Iran. We need countries like India which can speak to all the major players in this new geopolitical turbulence more than ever before. Do you agree with that view?
I do. I've always felt that it doesn't make any sense to isolate countries completely. I've been in favor of the United States talking to Iran. I've been in favor of the United States having negotiations with Russia. And the United States never objected to India buying Russian oil or buying Russian weapons. The United States has been very understanding of India's strategic concerns and realities. I think my own view is India needs to ask itself, does it really want to get 80 to 90% of its advanced weaponry from a country like Russia, which is a power in deep technological decline, in economic crisis, and that has been politically isolated by 65% of global GDP. That's an Indian choice, but the Americans have not in any way sanctioned India for those reasons. They have been very understanding. The issue is, again, not that India has this capacity and goodwill about it, but what does it do with it? So, for example, you point out it does have relations with Iran, which could be very useful. Mm-hmm. But has it used that capacity for anything above its narrow self-interest of simply importing oil from Iran? Has it used it to try to create a more stable, peaceful atmosphere in the Middle East? Has it tried to broker some kind of negotiations or anything that could bring the temperature down? Now, the Chinese have played that role. I wonder, why shouldn't India play that role? India would be, I think, better suited to do it because Western powers would trust India more than they trust China by a long shot. India could become a genuine intermediary. So I keep looking for India to use its position in a productive and constructive way that is in line with its interests, it's in line with its values, and that will then...
We have done that in Russia and Ukraine, where the Prime Minister spoke to both the President Putin and the President Zelensky, and made the point to Russia that this is not a time for war. And of course, the G20 declaration, where we got everyone to actually sign on that dotted line.
The G20 was an important achievement. I absolutely agree. I think nothing has been done to build on it. I think it really is time for us to get into negotiations with the Russians and Ukrainians because, this is a war that is helping nobody. It is killing tens of thousands of Russians and Ukrainians. Russia has been largely isolated, particularly, as I say, from the most advanced sectors of the world economy. The Ukrainian people are suffering massive hardship. So why not speed up that process? Why not try to offer a place, a platform, things like that? The G20 was a long time ago. The war has not, let's be honest, while that was a good symbolic effort, mm-hmm. Nothing has changed. The war continues. In fact, it's getting worse.